And we are live at the Keating Center of the St. FX University campus in beautiful Antigonish, Nova Scotia. Here live on High Button Sports for the Hockey Nova Scotia Summer Camp 2026. It's Game 4, the final game between Team Powder and Team Black in the boys U16 division. Team Powder won all 3 games so far, and they were barn burners, each and every one of them. The first one was 8-5, the second one was 6-3, and the third game was a 7-3 victory over Team Black. So Team Black with some attrition here, likely to start this game, as they'll want at least one win come away with against Team Powder in this matchup. So almost a packed house here at the alternate rink of Keating Center. Fans lining the glass all the way around, as you can see here. The fans lining the glass here in support and attention being paid. Scouts, of course, in attendance as always at these high skill camps. As one last game to decide who makes the cut for Team Nova Scotia, the 2027 Canada Games. Off the jump right away, Team Powder into the offensive zone early here. Got one onto the point to Cormier. Cormier drops it off and escapes out to neutral ice as Cranston makes chase. The backboards, Cranston intercepts, trying to bust to the front, and he was knocked down there. Taken by McMullen. Oliver McMullen. A pass for Crawford. Crawford over the line. Knocked off the puck by Spencer Anderson. One whistle down as the puck was cleared into the bench area, it looked like. Off the draw, Team Black in hold. Turning with it is Lucas Wyan, moves it across. Out to neutral ice. Hard check there on Liam Jollymore as he got in deep. One off the bounce of the stanchion, and a funny hop there. Hard check there by Greeno. Taking around the recovery, quick shot goes wide. Past Esbau, Wyatt Esbau getting the starting goal for Team Powder. Hard check there. Greeno trying to hold the line. Back into the corner it goes. Line change. In effect, partial line change, that is. Full line change, excuse me, for Team Powder. That one taken over the line by Sampson. Asher Sampson behind the goal. Pops it off. Quick drive. Save made by Esbau. He holds on for the whistle. He's off in the offensive zone for Team Black. Rylan Peoples on the draw. Unable to hold the line. That goes out to neutral ice. Here's a chance. 2-on-0. Move across, back and across, and then that goes wide. Give and go there. They'll be playing a little too fancy there on that breakaway. A 2-on-0. How do you miss that? Like it was one too many passes and just short on the angle, unable to get the shot away. Another shot goes wide. I shouldn't really say that because I would have missed that for sure. Those passes are a little too hot to handle for yours truly. That one taken to the side by Drew Cameron. That one out of play for a stoppage. He's off in neutral ice just outside of the team powder zone. Cranston gets it off the draw. In for Sears. Cranston. Pass out front, picked off. Near side, picked up by Cormier. Cormier dumps it in. After it is Conlon, Jared Conlon. Has Mood with him. Picked up by Cranston. Near side finds Camus. Camus a shot, save made by Esbau. Rebound cleared away. Battle on the near side wall. Out to Mood, Jackson Mood. Cross for Conlon. Got the near side. Conlon dumped in by Camus, he goes for a change. Pass in front, quick shot is fanned on there on the one-timer. Mood picks it up. Here's Jackson Mood. Lost the puck. Kept alive into the corner by Jared Conlon. Just ahead for Cranston. Here's Cranston through neutral ice. Bobs it into the corner. Picked up by Sim. All back to neutral ice. Over the line goes Kendall. That's going to whistle down the offside. Dumped in by Sim. Liam Jollymore. All back to neutral ice. Taken away by Sim. Near side for Shearer. Jock Shearer ahead. There's a pass in front. That one goes wide. To the blue paint out the other side. Kendall trying to get a stick on that. Keep alive there. Quick drive in front. Bounces in front. And covered up. The team block goaltender. Face off in the offensive zone here. Felix McDonald on the draw. Draw win for team block. Wrapped around on the far side. Good keep in by Carroll. Out to Greeno. Greeno going to step his way free. Going taken away by Sampson. Asher Sampson through neutral ice. Dances. Nice move by Sampson. Moves wide. Still with it. Sampson behind. Drops it off for Graves. Graves cycles it in deep for Peoples. Ryland Peoples. Back to Graves. Or rather to Robertson, not Graves. Is that one taken out here by Greeno? Greeno over the line. Still with it. Greeno across, looking to spring Kopech. Here's a chance. Could be a breakaway opportunity here. Moving in. Score! It's Asher Sampson with the goal. He's been one of the more effective players for Team Black. And he gives them the opening goal in this one. Team Black draw first blood in this one. And off the draw by Braun. Linus Braun. To neutral ice. Hard check there. As Ferguson knocked his man to the ice. Another chance in front. Esbau knocked that away. Cranston in the corner. Ferguson a drive. He scores! Looked like it might have been tipped in front. As Cohen Little looked to have got a piece of that one on the way through on the shot from the point. And it's 2-0 for Team Black. Hustling after it is Wilmot. Wilmot. Knocked down by Ferguson. Went out to neutralize. Moved ahead by Team Powder. Dropped off. Worked in front. Taken away by Ferguson. Back onto the point. Spinning with it is Cameron. Drew Cameron knocked down. Gets back to his feet. Onto the point. Shot towards the goal. Stopped up. Cleared aside by Wilson. Landon Wilson getting the starting goal for Team Black. Here's Ferguson. Lead pass picked off. Here comes Cormier over the line. Cormier drops it off. Here's a chance for McIsaac, a drive. Save made by Wilson. No rebound. It's on the offensive zone for Team Powder. Shot off the draw, pad stop for Wilson. Onto the point, Cormier holds the line. Wood leaves it. Forsyth. Loose in front, chopped out there on a pad stop there for Wilson. Close call there for Team Black. Sears a lead pass ahead, picked up by Cormier. Cormier drops it. McMullen. There's the zone. He was checked by Sears. One picked off and delayed offside against Team Powder. They'll have to tag up as Sears tries to move it ahead. He gets checked, but even strength on that matchup. Cormier. Lobbed in. Cormier on the backhand. Wraps it around the far side. Picked up on the point. Shot from distance. Save made. Held on to by Esbal. No rebound. Alan Peoples on the draw. Looked in front, covered up by Esbal. Reno wraps it off the glass. Worked alive by Wyand. Dig that puck loose, calling to move that puck. Pass in front, knocked away. Here come Team Powder the other way. Saucer pass ahead to Jack Shearer in the corner. Shearer gets checked. Can pass out to Miller Cannon. Can't handle it. Went down into the corner. Picked up by Graves. Sam Graves. Out of there by Shearer. And Shearer knocks his man to the ice. On the point, Greeno a drive. Save made. Covered up by Wilson. Face off in the offensive zone for Team Powder. Robertson, it's checked. On the point draw, that's blocked by Cranston. Cranston banks it off the wall. There's a chance for Team Black over the line. That's going to be whistled down the offside. Kopech swung it out off the draw and it fired down on goal as Esbau forced to play it. There's Anderson. Inside, Cranston to drive off the body in front. Braun picks it up. Braun wraps it near side wall. Kept alive by Anderson. Team Black on the forecheck here. Onto the point. Moved across on the right point. Taken back by Braun. Linus Braun. Need out to neutral ice. Played with a high stick, but waved down as Team Black touched it up. Bryce Carroll trying to spin it into the zone. McDonald trying to intercept. There's McDonald. Into the zone, trying to make a move, knocked off the puck. One spun near side for Douglas. Kopech after it. Went to Douglas. Douglas in front of McDonald and a blocker stop and a great one there by Wilson. Reading that play like a book. There's another shot by McDonald. That one deflected wide. One ahead to Braun. Braun off the wall. Finds Douglas. Douglas trying to make a dancing move there. He was knocked off the puck. Wakeham. Left off in front of the net. Post call there in front. Here's Cormier. Cormier off the puck behind. Has to gather it in again. Cormier poke check there. Tangled up with Cohen Little. Little. Dumps it into the corner. Cormier on the reception. Stopped up on the blue line. Grace spins with it. Tried a backhand shot. It wasn't really going towards the goal, but Wilmot blocked it anyway, just in case. Another shot through traffic that went over top of the goal. Big pressure here in the first by Team Black. A hard check there on the wall. There comes Cameron down the wing. Cameron trying to bust through. Cameron to the goal off the crossbar. Here's a chance the other way. Moving in is Little. Backhand shot. Save made by Esbau. 8 feet ahead. Nice move there by Conlon, but unable to complete the play. Here's a chance again. Another breakaway. Moving in alone. Shot save made by Esbau on Camus. Here comes Mood. Jackson Mood across the far side. Picked up by Graves. He leaves it ahead. Hard check there as Mood takes hold. Poked ahead. Here comes a chance. A great back check there by Jackson Mood. Stymies that attempt. Another pass in front. That one picked off. The Team Black have come to play here in this first period, that's for sure. That one taken in by Burke, a drive, and that one blocked aside. Another pass in front, one-time option covered up by Wilson. Conlon on the draw. Going far side on the point for Carroll. Carroll dumps it in the corner. Oh, a hard check there on Sears from behind. And that's going to be called. A boarding call against Bryce Carroll. Dangerous hit there on Grayson Sears. So a power play opportunity now for Team Black. Cranston on the draw. Onto the point. Taken in by Harpel. Moves it in for Cranston. Bowen Cranston shoots it towards the goal. Save made by Esbau. No rebound as the crowd gathers in front. Face off in the offensive zone here for Team Black. And a reset of the draw here. On to the point. Chipped into the corner. Picked up by Braun. Braun clears it out to neutral ice. Knocked down out of the air by Crawford. Crawford moves wide, holds onto it. Back to the defense as they kill some time with the penalty. There's a minute 20 remaining in the penalty kill for Team Powder. Flipped around on the near side by Wilson for his defense. And picked up by Kendall. Taken here by Team Black. Moved across far side for Cranston. Cranston. And intercepted momentarily. Braun looks to get a step on that. Here comes Robertson. Braxton Robertson. Out to neutral ice. Chips it into the corner and chases it down. Esbau stops it out. Poke check there. Move to the side. There's a chance in front as that one deflected by Cranston over top of the goal. Held at the line by McDonald. Gives it across to Anderson. Anderson stops it up. Cranston takes hold. Cranston trying to battle it free. Knocked down on the play. McDonald on the line. Shoots it. Whistles past Esbau and wide. One picked up by Sampson. Asher Sampson. Spinning behind the goal. Sampson. Back onto the point. Here's Robertson a drive. Blocked in front. Robertson again from the point. Cycles it in deep. One taken by Braun. Braun, lead pass ahead, looking to spring Douglas. Into the corner it goes. Oh, a hard collision there. That could have been ugly. That one across. Skated down by McMullen. Mullen spins off a check. Cormier knocked down on the play there. Kopech, near side for McDonald. Felix McDonald. Trying to lead it past to Douglas. On the point, quick drive, deflected. Another pass in front, here's a chance, and unable to put the backhand home was Douglas. Hard check on Cormier there. And behind the goal, look in the center. Here's Grace. Connor Grace. Stops up. That's across to Sampson. Sampson behind the goal. Off the backboards around. Pass in front. Unable to get the shot away. Here's Sampson. Pounded there by McDonald. Good pressure here by Team Powder. That one fired down the ice by Team Black. That'll be an icing call against them. One taken out by Ferguson, knocks his man to the ice in the process. Reno off the backboards, picked off there, pass in front, shot, score! Off the giveaway behind the net, they capitalize. And Team Black up by 3 now. And it's Ryland Peoples with the goal. Here's Greeno. Trip Greeno moves it across. Pass there by Sim. Out to neutralize. At the defensive end now for Team Black as Graves looks to clear. All that's neutralized. Greeno stopped it up. And across by Forsyth. Hard check there on McIsaac. Graves knocked down. Graves get back to his feet. Avoids a check there and a run into from Cameron. Here's Greeno. Opposite ahead. Chasing it down is Cameron. Cameron spins off a check in the corner. Greeno stops up. Picked up by Graves. Far side, pick up by Sim. Drops it down. McDonald a drive. Glove save for Wilson. He's up in the offensive zone for Team Powder. Cranston. There's a cross for Camus. Camus dumps it into the corner. Greeno after it against Sears. Knocks it on the near side. Ryan the drive, blocker to side by Esbal. Behind the goal, Greeno takes hold. Here's Greeno. Trip Greeno. Or rather, Jackson Camus. Or Jackson Mood, mixing up my Jacksons here. Is that one to the front? A shot and a save made by Wilson. Another pass across. That one stopped in the net off the moorings by about a foot there. Play whistle down. Taking on the near side off the point. Down into the zone for Team Black as Sears gets on the attack. Sears spins it out front, loose, and Cranston unable to pull the trigger on the one-timer. The wall onto the point to Wyan. Wyan a drive through traffic blocked in front. Off the wall out. Here's Burke. Maddox Burke. Finds Conlon. Conlon tries to swing it in deep for Mood. One taken away by Camus. Jackson Camus. Handled by Mood. Here's Mood with it now. Near side for Braun. Braun chips it into the corner and chases it down. Mood trying to get a stick on that. On to the point. Here's a chance. Mood across. Up inside. Nice move there to the front. Unable to get the shot away. Cranston trying to get hold. Picked off. There's a pass in front. That one sticked away. Grayson Sears now. Off the glass and out. Carroll. Handled by. Here's a chance for Cranston. Cranston in. Shoots. He scores! Bowen Cranston was hit after the shot but recovered. And it's 4-0 for Team Black. What an effort by Bowen Cranston there. So a healthy lead here heading into that first intermission break for Team Black. Team Black gained possession here. Neat pass ahead. Offside waved off as Cormier tries to cycle it. Off the wall and out. Interception. Here's a chance on the back check. Was Jollymore. And the crowd gathers after the period comes to an end. Some jawing taking place back and forth here at the end of this first period of play. So 4-0 for Team Black after one. And after this short intermission break, we will be back with the second period as the Zamboni floods the ice surface. Stay tuned, folks. You're watching the 2026 Nova Scotia Hockey Summer Camp. Boys U16 final game. And 20 minutes on the clock to start the second period of play. 4-0 lead for Team Black heading into the second. See if Team Powder can dig deep here, try to come back in this one. Taking off the draw, moved off the near side wall. And picked up and neutralized by Douglas trying to clear. Douglas knocked down by Grace with a heavy check. That one whistled down on the offside. Face off and neutralized just outside of the Team Black zone. Getting off the draw by Cranston. One picked off by Douglas. Douglas skates out with it against Grace. Grace pins into the wall. McDonald spins off a check. On to the point to Cormier. Cormier drives, save made by Ye, covers it up. Tayden Ye getting the start and goal of the second period for Team Black. Jackson McDonald on the draw. Taken by Graves. Sam Graves. Off the wall to Wyand. Jolly Moore. Moved ahead. Comes Camus trying to clear it. Over the line. Off here, lead pass ahead. Graves on the reception. Wyand wrapped it around the board, so Wyand has to retrieve it now. Here's Lucas Wyand. Across to Graves. It's ahead for Asher Sampson, tied up there. Sim spinning with it. Near side dumped in by McDonald. On goal, Ye forced to cover. Bodies in front. Alex Burke on the draw. Taken away, skated out off the glass and out. Reese Sim moves it ahead. Here's Mood over the line. Mood to the front. Deflection save. Rebound chance. They score on the rebound. And Team Powder back in the game here. As Reese Sim pots that one home. Off the draw, taken away by Conlon. Powerful on the far side as McMullen tries to gain a step. Moved over the line by Conlon. Conlon trying to center it for Mood. Mood in the near corner. On the point, Sim moves it across. Quick shot, save made by Ye, holds on. Here comes Sears with it now. Sears off the wall and out. Down the ice. Icing is the call. Maddox Burke on the face-off dot. Carroll to the front, stopped up by Ye. The play blocked by Greeno. Jackson Mood over the line. Here's Mood with speed. Mood a shot, save made by Ye. Rebound chance, they score! It's Greeno. And it's 4-2. Look out here. Team Powder cutting the lead in half here quickly in the second frame. That one picked up by Wakeham, moved across. Or side for Cannon. Miller Cannon trying to clear it. Lead pass ahead. Finds the stick of Cannon. Cannon trying to get past Braun. Braun took the body on him. There's Crawford, tries to move it ahead. In the corner. After this, Braun. To the far side. Wakeham dumps it in on goal. And Tanner forced to play it there for Team Powder. Here's a chance shot, glove save by Tanner. No rebound. Anderson behind the goal. Gonna make a play here. Anderson. Still with it. Gets checked and knocked to the ice hard there on the wall. Another hard hit there. This time by Crawford. Pass out for Crawford. Crawford over the line. Drops it off. Get back in the corner here. Hard check there. Dumped in by Jack Kendall. Wakeham. Pass near side. Finds Sampson. Sampson to the front. Save made with a shot there on the blocker side. So Tanner made that save. Here comes McDonald now with it. Felix McDonald. Gonna get over the line. He gets knocked down. Corner out front. A shot. Save made point blank by Jay with the glove. Anderson trying to escape here. The backboards to Forsyth. Back at Forsyth. Here's it out to neutralize. Here's Ryland Peoples over the line and delayed offside coming here against Team Black. Here comes Team Powder with it now. Moving over the line. It's McMullen. McMullen drops it off for Kopech. Kopech in the corner. Checked there by Forsyth. Taken away by Little. Off the backboards. Here comes Ferguson. Ferguson ahead to Cranston. Cranston over the line. Top three, shoots it. That one patted aside by Tanner. Here comes McDonald. Felix McDonald. Feed ahead to Kopech. Kopech back in front. Here's Kopech in the corner. Centering in front, shot. Just whistles past the glove hand side. Feed ahead to Cranston, picked off. Roxanne Robertson gets back off the backboards. On the side to Little. Intercepted by Greeno. Back in the near side. Out to neutralize. South that left behind for Cranston. Cranston spins with it. Onto the point, drive there by Ferguson, blocked in front. Taken by Greeno. There's Greeno. Give and go. Greeno again. Moved across. Nice move. Here's a shot. Save made by Ye. Rebound chance. Taken onto the point. Here's Sim a drive. Pad save by Ye. On the side, McIsaac. On the point, Greeno a drive. Deflected wide. Great pressure here by Team Powder. Looking to pull within one here. And one taken by Ferguson. Ferguson. Taken by Greeno. Greeno across to Sim. The backboards picked up here. Pass in front. Knocked away. In comes Robertson. Robertson stops out. Moves it across. Shot there. Save made by Tanner. He holds on. He's off the offensive zone for Team Black. Jolly Moore on the draw. Sim takes hold. Near side just escapes the hands of Conlon all the way down for an icing call against Team Powder. Reset of that draw in the offensive zone. Robertson keeps it alive on the point. Wrapped around behind the goal. Taken by Sim. Near side for Conlon. Moves it ahead for Mood. Jackson Mood over the line. Mood holds on, shoots it towards the front off the knob of the stick of Ye. Onto the point again. Another shot through traffic goes wide. In far side, taken away here. As Wyan looks to clear. Both teams trying to dig that puck loose here. One taken away. Here's a chance now for Team Black here. 2-on-1 the other way. Pass across and a block there by Sim. Sim. Feed off the sidewall. Mood with possession. Chance for Team Black now, behind the goal. Swung in the corner by McDonald for Sears. Sears in front. Look at the shot away on the backhand. Sears picks it up. Drops it for Peoples. Back for Wakeham. Here's Peoples. Knocked off the puck. Comes Burke the other way. Maddox Burke. Good head fake on that pass attempt. Gets checked. Bodies come together on the wall there as another hard check in the corner. Out to neutralize. Wakeham dumps his man to the ice in Mood. Braun to Mood. Mood trying to clear it. Taken on the line by Carroll. Bryce Carroll. Gonna dance with it into the corner. Taken free by Kendall onto the point. Here's Shearer. Jack Shearer. A drive off the glove and over the top of the net of Ye. Drop back for the defense. Soft area pass off the wall. Back into the corner it goes. Physical play ramping up here in the second. Cranston lead pass ahead for Cannon. Miller Cannon dances by. Cannon to the front. Here's a chance. Shot, score! And it's 5-2 Team Black. We gained a 3-goal lead here. As it was Leo Harple with the goal there to complete the play. 5-2 Team Black. Now Team Powder going to have to dig deep once again to try to climb back in this one. Still only halfway through the game, and already 7 goals being put on the board here. So every game has been wide open for both these teams. This time the advantage in scoring going for Team Black in this one, so far, I should say. Who knows what Team Powder is going to bring at the remainder of regulation. That one dumped in by Cormier. He stops it up for his defense. Back inside by Felix McDonald. Donald onto the point. Cormier moves it across. Shot from a sharp angle. That one stopped. Hard check there on Douglas. So we'll move down the left wing side. Over the line comes Cranston. Lead pass ahead. Looking for a tip on goal. That didn't find its way through. Graves on the pinch, trying to keep it alive. Looking out here, lead pass ahead by Wilmot. Goes all the way down. And Ye dumps it down the ice. An icing call against Team Black. Face off in the offensive zone for Team Powder. Caught McDonald on the draw. Shot from the point, blocked in front. Another pass. One taken by Jollymore, looking to clear the zone. On the reception, Wilmot. Wilmot clears it to neutral ice. Picked up by Robertson. Robertson off the backboards. Conlon takes hold. Conlon pins his man to the wall. Out to neutral ice. A battle for it here on the wall. Across far side. Dumped in by Little. And stopped up by Tanner. First defense all the way down the ice. It goes. An icing call against Team Powder. Face off in the offensive zone for Team Black on the icing call. That one moved out. Here's Cameron trying to bust free. Cameron behind the goal. On to the point. Shot through traffic. Save made by Ye. Covers up. Face-off win for Team Powder as Burke takes hold. Moo trying to put it to the point. Taken away by Team Black. All right, check there. That one goes out and down the ice. Stopped up by Ye. Ye off the backboards for his defense in McDonald. Dumped in by Harple, or rather Camus. Our check in the corner there. Picked up by McMullen. Oliver McMullen. Across to Burke. McMullen wraps it around the boards for McIsaac. McIsaac behind for Mood, Jackson Mood. Onto the point. McMullen a drive, pad stop by Ye. Rebound from McIsaac. Back to McMullen. McMullen trying to find McIsaac again. Wakeham takes hold, tries to clear. McIsaac. Walked off the puck. Camus trying to clear the zone. Here comes Robertson. Robertson dumps it in, gets a change. Looked in the corner now. There's a chance for Sears a draw off the pad of Tanner. Knocked down by Sears on a clearing attempt. Joseph for Wakeham. Wakeham steps in, shoots, blocker stop for Tanner. Cranston on the far side. Gets checked by Mood. Off the glass and out. Taken by Grace. Connor Grace steps over the line, drops it off, shot off the crossbar. Poke check ahead. Grace takes hold. Connor Grace, nice head fake into the zone. Grace across. Here's a chance. Cranston to drive. He scores! Bowen Cranston makes it 6-2. His second of the game. What a shot that was. Some pride on the line for Team Black here in this one. They've regained their 4-goal lead here with 5:07 remaining in the second. Here comes Cranston again, looking for more. He gets knocked. Hard check there. Inside the blue line. Here's Grace. 8 feet ahead for Harple. Harple looking to dance, knocked down. There's like a slash there. As Cannon makes his way back to the bench in some discomfort. Grace. Moved ahead. Here's Reno off the wall. Out to neutral ice. Picked up by Wakeham. Mason Wakeham. Backhand pass on the near side to Harple. Harple trying to find Cranston. Here's Wakeham. One blocked on the passing attempt there by Carroll. Carroll. Taken by Grace now. Connor Grace. Backhand feed off the wall to Cranston. Cranston ahead. The wall and down the ice. Here's Wakeham. Side to Grace. Grace gets checked. Finds his man in Anderson. Moves it across. Nice move there. Nice couple of moves. Here's a chance. Graves a draw. Save made. Rebound chance. Another shot. Save. Another chance in front. Cranston unable to put it home. Back on the point. Graves a draw. That one blocked. Another shot deflected over top into the glass. Anderson picks it up. The point for Graves. Graves holds the line. Great pressure here by Team Black. Back in the corner. Team Powder still unable to clear. Graves. Checked there. Anderson trying to dig it loose. Here's Graves. One picked off. And Team Powder with it just dumping into the corner, getting a change here. Some tired legs out there for Team Powder. McDonald after it. Felix McDonald. Knocked off there by Forsyth. Knocked off the glass, not out. Knocked off here by Kopak. Kopak knocked to the ice hard there. Neutral ice across. Here comes Douglas. Douglas shoots it. Pad stop for Ye into the corner. To McDonald. McDonald across. Dropped off for Braun at the point. Braun a drive deflected wide. Off the glass and out. Linus Braun. Here comes McDonald over the line. McDonald. Shot save, rebound chance. That one stopped as well. Hard check from behind on McDonald there. That's going to be called. McDonald tries to spin off a check again. A boarding call against Liam Jollymore. The 2-minute power play. The team powder. Just a minute 49 remaining here in the second. Wrapped off the boards and out. Think about the team powder defense. Move near side for McIsaac. McIsaac over the line. Gets checked. Dropped off again. And on to the point. Back up top to chance across. One-timer. Save made by Ye. They got it in again. Here's another shot deflected and another blocker stop for Ye. Cormier onto the point. Pass in front deflected into the netting for a stoppage in play. Just under a minute remaining here in the second. Move it onto the point. Negrino back across to Burke. Burke down low. Here's Mood. Jackson Mood. Drops it to Conlon. Conlon to Mood. Mood to Greeno. Greeno switching places with Mood. And the slot shot goes wide. Drop to Mood. Here's Mood. Turns back. Still with it. Jackson Mood. Behind the goal. .18 seconds left in the power play. Just 5 seconds left in the period. Here's one more chance for Team Powder onto the point. Greeno. Greeno will draw at the horn. Deflected wide. That'll do it here for the second frame. 6-2. So a 4-goal lead heading into the third period for Team Black. Have a short Zamboni break here, and then we'll be back with the third period of play. Stay tuned. And 20 minutes on the clock to start the third period of play. 6-2 lead for Team Black after 2. Ten seconds left on the power play opportunity for Team Powder to start the third. And Jolly Moore just making his way back to the box for this 10 seconds. And flung out. Caught the leg of Sears on the way through. As Mumbercat stops it up for his defense. And Greeno. Chip Greeno. Nice move. Another nice move by Greeno. Greeno over the line, drops it off. Here's a chance. Burke a drive, save made, rebound chance in front, loose. On the point shot, blocked in front. Another chance goes wide on the deflection. As Conlon took that shot off. On your side, Greeno stops it up, dumps it into the corner. Jackson Mood. Gonna drop it off there. There's Mood in front of the net. Backhand shot blocked in front. No chance, that one goes wide. Mood tried to feed it in front. The glass and out, Sears. Moving near side for Burke, Maddox Burke. To the backhand, lowers the shoulder behind the goal. Drops it off for Mood, Jackson Mood. Nice move, holds onto it, still with it. Mood again, shot towards the front. Taken by Greeno, a drive. Save made, rebound chance in front, covered up. Play whistle down. Drive by Cormier goes wide. Shot towards the front, blocked. Taking again another shot, that one deflected over top into the netting for a stoppage in play. Owen Crawford on the draw. Back to the point. Down to the defensive end. Going to pick it up is McMullen. McMullen. The backboards to Cormier. Cormier. Back for McMullen. Going off the wall and down the ice. Wyan chases it down. Intercepted there into the corner. Kendall. Wraps around for Cormier. Cormier on the point. Drive. Save made. Loose in front. Taken back again. There's another chance of Frost. So that one picked off. Fired off the wall by Harple. Near side for McMullen. Back for Cormier. Cormier to neutralize. Near side for Kendall. Kendall drops it for Shearer. Shearer working in the corner for it. Pass across far side. Here comes Team Black the other way. Nice drag move to the front. Spinning in front and unable to get the shot away there was Peoples. On to the point. Owen Crawford. Taken away. Comes a chance. Near side for Douglas. Douglas over the line. Douglas can't get the shot away. onto the point. There's Braun a drive, deflected over top of the goal. Wilmot. Holding the line, moved across. Here's Douglas a drive, save made. Fought off another chance on glove stop there for McKinnon. Mason McKinnon getting the starting goal in the third for Team Black. That's Dylan Mumbercat on the other end for Team Powder. McDonald on it in the corner. Check there. Team Powder on the attack. Braun a drive, that's blocked. Here's a chase. Foot race for it here. Here comes Ferguson in. Shot, he scores! Tommy Ferguson, and it's 7-2 for Team Black. There's Greeno off the draw. Near side. That goes past. Here's Cranston. Cranston working in. Dropped off. Ferguson trying to get a hold of that. Wakeham on the point. Mason Wakeham a drive and a glove stop there for Mumbercat. Jollymore on the face-off dot for Team Black. The near side point for Wyand. A drive, save made, rebound chance. Taken here on the near side. The wall kept alive there on the point by Wyand into the corner. Went out to neutralize. Wyand has to chase it down here. Here's Camus. Intercepted by Cameron. Cameron. Check there. Delayed penalty call coming. Touched up by Team Powder. And a slashing call on the way against McIsaac. And so Team Black will go on the power play here. Grayson Sears on the face-off dot in the offensive zone. 2 minutes on the clock for the power play. Went out to neutralize. Here's a shorthanded opportunity. Moving ahead is Conlon. Conlon a drive. Blocker to side there by McKinnon. Out to neutralize. Moved ahead. Here's Sears and alone. Sears a shot. Save made by Mumbercat. Fired down the ice. Stopped up by McKinnon. Cleared for his defense and Wyand. Drop back Wyand again with it. That's near side for Jollymore. Jollymore over the line. For Wyand. Wyand across. Here's a shot. Save made. Solid up by Mumbercat. Marlon Peoples on the draw. Picked up by McDonald. That one whistled down the offside. Face off and neutralized just outside of the team powder zone. Good player safety recall there. Attention given to by the official there, as one of the straps of Wyman Peoples' helmet was not secured, and lines were there to help him out with that. McDonald. Right offside upcoming. Nice move there by Burke. Burke over the line, stepping free, can't get the shot away. Dropped off. Moved in front and unable to get the shot away there was Harpel. Back onto the point again. Nice move in front of the net, looking for a tip on the way. Nobody was home though. Burke takes hold. Nice move by Burke. Offside waved off, is taken in here by Shearer. Braun looking to hold the line. Getting near side, chopped into the corner. Cormier after it. Raked off the near side wall, picked up here in stride by Crawford. Crawford stops up, tried to shot, he fanned on it. It's checked into the wall there. Here comes Anderson. Anderson a shot, that one blocked by Braun. Braun muscles him in the corner. Peoples trying to get hold of it. Poked ahead by Carroll. Carroll trying to dig it loose. Out to neutralize. Picked up by Sampson. Ahead to Grace. Connor Grace in his own zone. Ross looking to spring Sampson. Goes all the way down for an icing call against Team Black. Back on the draw. Shot whistles wide. Here comes Sampson on the draw. Trying to pass it in front. Fooled me on that fake shot. So that one out comes Kopech. Kopech to the backhand. Poke check there. Greeno picks it up. Finds Sim. Near side to McDonald. Let's move to the outside by Sampson. Sampson stops up. Sending it in front. All the way through a shot. Save made by Lumbercat. Holds on. Cross quick drive from distance off that draw by Graves. That one went wide. Back in front it goes. Picked off here by Team Powder. Now comes McIsaac over the line. McIsaac pins it in front, and that one unable to get a shot away there for Douglas. Douglas, nice move. Knock out the puck. Here comes Little. Cohen Little down the wing. Knocked out by Douglas. Douglas left it behind, taken by Ferguson. Ferguson a shot, save made with the pad by Mumbercat. Rebound in front, covered up by Mumbercat. As the crowd gathers at the side of the goal. Charlie Moore on the draw against Mood. Point drive, that one goes wide. Left in the corner for Cormier. Cormier across, deflected out. Taken by Robertson. Robertson. Moves behind the goal. Outlet to neutralize. Near side for Cameron. Cameron drops it for Mood. Across, Cormier chips it in. Cormier after it in the corner. Drops it for Mood. In the near side corner. Lobbed out to neutralize as Cormier chases it down. Cormier spins off a check. It's on to it near side. Over the line is Cameron. Dropping it off for Burke. That one intercepted. Here comes Camus the other way. Drops it off. Quick drive. That one off a stick and into the netting. The stoppage. Peoples on the draw. Taken behind by Wilmot. Dropped off to Braun. Linus Braun. Saucer pass ahead. Whistle down on the icing call. Ryland Peoples on the draw. A pass off the side of the goal, close call there. Another shot from a sharp angle, covered up by Mumberkite. On the point, Grace. Cross Wickham. Cycles it in. Shearer dumps it out. Wickham takes hold. Mason Wickham. Outlet pass. Crisp one there. Other side for Jackson Camus across. Looking to find Peoples. Oh, Wickham a hard check there. Another hard check in the corner. And a penalty being called there. A boarding call here. Grayson Sears going to the box for boarding here. A power play opportunity for Team Powder. He's up in the offensive zone for Team Powder. Felix McDonald on the draw. One to the point to Greeno. Greeno drops it off for McDonald. McDonald a drive, save made on McKinnon. On to the point, Greeno. Back down for McDonald. Back for Greeno. Greeno. Cross for McDonald. Donald. Opposite around the far side for McDonald. Jackson McDonald onto the point to Greeno. Greeno to Felix McDonald. Donald, a drive deflection, save made by McKinnon. Felix McDonald on the draw in the offensive zone. Minute 27 remaining on the power play. McDonald takes hold. Push in the corner. Still with it. McDonald checked. Pinned to the wall. Back on to that point. Kendall a drop. Drops it for McDonald. A shot towards the front. Unblocked. Graves wraps it off the glass. On the point, Greeno holds the line. Greeno, nice move. Holds on, shoots. He sailed it over top of the goal. Off the wall, not out. Kept alive by Kendall. Drops it off for McDonald. Back for Kendall. Across to Greeno. Felix McDonald stops it up on the near side. Felix McDonald. Smooth at the point. Drops it off to Jackson McDonald. Back for Felix McDonald. Felix McDonald. Turns with it. Still with it, trying to dump it in. Swing in the corner. Center in front shot. Save made point blank by McKinnon. On Jackson McDonald. Back on the point to Greeno. Greeno, nice move. Still with it. 14 seconds left on the power play. McDonald to Felix McDonald. Launch in front. Still loose. Trying to gather it in for a shot. Taken behind by Kendall. Knocked in, fired off the wall and out to neutralize. Back to even strength 5-on-5. Here's Greeno. Greeno. Nice move. Over the line. Greeno still with it, trying to dance again. Get in the corner, trying to drop it off. Bodies coming together there. Here's Anderson. Knocked off the puck by Sim. Shot by Douglas over top of the goal. Gathered in by McIsaac. McIsaac drops it down low. Here's Douglas in front. Drag moves, beautiful. Can't get the shot away. Another chance in front. That one steered aside. Here's Cranston. One picked off by Anderson. Anderson into the corner. To the front, a shot sailed over top by Cranston. It's off in the offensive zone for Team Black. Cranston on the draw. On the tie-up, trying to get a hold of that puck. Here's McMullen. That is Douglas. Off left wing side, outlet pass there off a stick and into the glass. Left off for Cranston. Bumps it with Sampson. Sampson. Nice move by Sampson. Over the line. Another nice move. Trying to get it to the goal. Behind the goal. Picked off the near side wall. Wakeham picks it up. On the play. Touched up by Cormier. Icing waved off as a touch up. As Wilmot goes to retrieve it. And taken by Cormier. Here's Cormier. Out to neutralize. Nice couple moves. Dances wide. Holds on. Cormier stops up. Stops off to the point. Douglas a drive well wide. On the point, Wilmot. He shoots it. And the bobble goes into the corner. And get full wood on that. Grace unable to clear it. And picked up by Crawford. Looking for Wakeham. He has to hurry back. Hustling after it there. Burke hustling after it in the corner. Drops it to Jackson Mood. Across for Braun. Braun. Checked there by Grace. Cameron with it. To the front. Moved across here. Here comes Team Black the other way. Delayed offside against Team Black. They'll have to tag up. Here comes Mood with it. Jackson Mood. To neutral ice. Takes hold. Mood to the front. Backhand shot goes wide. What a move that was. Another pass in front. Cycle back in deep for Mood. The front shot goes off the side. Another chance goes over the top. Off the glass and out. Carroll on the reception. Bryce Carroll across. The right wing side. Off the wall and out. Taken by Ferguson. Ferguson tried to clear it. One taken away. As Peoples gets it in deep. Off the wall and out. Sears drops it off for Graves. Graves. Deep pass for Peoples. Peoples. Across for Camus. Taken by Braun. Drops it around. Coleman took a tumble there. Here comes Mood. Jackson Mood. He'll dance with it there. Trying to get a shot away. Can't do it. Up on under the point. Here's Conlon. Sidesteps a hit. Another nice move by Conlon. To the front. Shot there. Blocked in front. Greeno cycles it in. So minute 25 remaining here in the third. Mood trying to make a move. Sim trying to cycle it in. One taken away. Pass in front. Backhand shot blocked. There's Greeno. Great pressure here. Glove save there for McKinnon. He holds on with 1:06 remaining. Face off in the offensive zone for Team Powder. And so waiting for the goaltender and Dylan Mumbercut to adjust his equipment. Making off the draw, skated down the ice by Cannon. Miller Cannon, a drive off the goalpost. Pass ahead for Shearer. Jack Shearer, one-on-one. Moves wide, shoots it. Save made by McKinnon. Roxton Robinson off the back wall. Team Black looking to clear here. Delayed penalty on the way here against Team Black. Coming. As Cranston touches it up. A roughing call against Miller Cannon as he goes to the box. .8 left on the clock, 2 minutes in the penalty. Point McMullen cycles it in. McDonald moves it across for Cormier. Dancing with it onto the point. McMullen back for Cormier. Cormier a shot to the front. McDonald trying to get it hold. On the point, moved across one time, or they score at the horn. It's Cormier, make it 7-3 final. So another 7-3 game, this time in favor of Team Black. So Team Black win this one in their attrition match. They went 0-3 against Team Powder to start things off, and they've won the final game by a score of 7-3 as they shake hands to show their sportsmanship at the end of this one. And what exciting games we've had all weekend long here at the 2026 Hockey Nova Scotia Summer Camp. And plenty more coming at you live on High Button Sports here to continue, as Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will be the girls U14 and girls U16 divisions for tryouts for Team Nova Scotia as well. So make sure to tune into those as well. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Brendan Maloney from High Button Sports, thanking you for watching as always, and we'll see you in the next one.